What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another movie reaction. Today we're going to be watching 2005's V for Vendetta. Now this is actually a Patreon pick, so shouts out to my Patreon fam. You guys can follow me down in the description below for more full-length reactions, as I do got to chop them down and edit them down for YouTube. So once again, if you guys want full-length reactions, click the links down in the description below. But V for Vendetta, this was a film that I want to say that I might have seen a majority of on TV, maybe one of the paid channels like an HBO or Showtime, because I definitely do remember aspects of this movie, more notably Natalie Portman having to shave her head for some reason. But this came out for me right after high school, and I don't even remember the central premise of this movie or the other actors involved other than Natalie Portman. So enough talking, let's get to watching. But before we do, if you guys want to show love and support the channel, always make sure to hit that big thumbs up. Consider subscribing today for more. All right, Flix Talkers, so without further ado, my maybe first time watching V for Vendetta, and happy 2024. This was a DC comic film? It doesn't say that anywhere, even on the back. It just says Warner Brothers. Interesting, okay.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. I know his name was Guy Fawkes, and I know in 1605 he attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. But who was he really? We're told to remember the idea, not the man. Because a man can fail. He can be killed and forgotten. But 400 years later, an idea can still change the world. I've witnessed firsthand the power of ideas. I've seen people kill in the name of them and die defending them. But you cannot kiss an idea, cannot touch it. They do not love. And it is not an idea that I miss. It is a man that made me remember the 5th of November, a man that I will never forget.
Very powerful words. Ideas do live on forever, even if man fails, or woman fails, you know, but that idea can resonate for future generations.
I read that the former United States is so desperate for medical supplies that they have sent several containers filled with wheat and tobacco. A gesture, they said, of goodwill. I think it's high time we let the colonies know what we really think of them. I say we go down to those docks tonight and dump that crap where everything from the ulcered sphincter of our Serica belongs. Who's with me? Who's bloody with me? USA. Here was a country that had everything. And now, 20 years later, is what? The world's biggest leper colony. Why? Godlessness. It wasn't the war they started. It wasn't the plague they created. It was judgment. No one escapes judgment. Immigrants, Muslims, homosexuals, terrorists, disease-ridden degenerates. They had to go. I'm a God-fearing Englishman, and I'm goddamn proud of it.
That's quite enough of that, thank you very much.
Sounds like some people nowadays on TV, man. Jeez.
A yellow-coded curfew is now...
Yellow-coded curfew?
Excuse me, miss.
I'm sorry,
It's past curfew, you know.
I made a mistake. I shouldn't be out after curfew. I know that.
Yeah, well, maybe you could look after us before getting back to your uncle. See, it means that we exercise our own judicial discretion.
And you get to swallow it.
I've got your finger, man.
Oh, she's getting the picture.
I know.
By sun up, if you're not the sorriest piece of arse in all of London, then you'll certainly be the sorest.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Please, someone help!
Smoked with bloody execution.
We're fingermen, pal.
Ooh. It's made out of metal?
We do sugar or the devil himself.
What's that mean?
Spare the rod.
Spare the rod. Did he just cut off his rod?
I assure you, I mean you no harm.
Voila!
In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. Villain vermin vanguarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition. Verily, this vichyssoise of verbiage veers most verbose, so let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Are you like a crazy person?
I'm quite sure they will say so.
That was a cool alley scene, man. It was very reminiscent of a Batman.
It is to Madame Justice that I dedicate this concerto in honor of the holiday she seems to have taken from these parts. Remember, remember, the 5th of November. Now the brass.
I can hear it.
Wait, here comes the crescendo.
Gentlemen, you have had 4 hours.
The V in the fireworks is awesome.
Creedy.
On the lighter side of things, seems that the crew responsible for the demolition of the Old Bailey wanted to give the old girl a grand, albeit improvised, send-off. We'll be right back.
Do you believe that load of bollocks?
I don't get it. Why does he wear a Guy Fawkes mask and then blow up the Bailey? Didn't Fawkes try to blow up Parliament?
It's not too late.
What's all that?
Not sure they just arrived.
What the hell is this?
Oh, crap.
Them over there until I can figure out what they're for.
Oh, he's using her to deliver stuff. No. Be careful, girl, when you start moving around.
Who's that?
Boss.
I would probably shit my pants if someone approached me with bombs strapped to their chest.
Will all personnel...
For God's sake, don't touch it.
Dad, what's wrong with the telly?
Ooh, he's tapped into the people.
I thought we could mark this November the 5th, a day that is sadly no longer remembered, by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak, because while the truncheon may be used in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, there is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there? And where once you had the freedom to object, to think and speak as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance coercing your conformity, and if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. War, terror, disease, there were a myriad of problems which conspired to corrupt your reason and rob you of your common sense. Fear got the best of you, and in your panic you turned to the now High Chancellor Adam Sutler.
Oh, he's speaking facts, man.
Last night, I destroyed the Old Bailey to remind this country of what it has forgotten. Fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives. If you feel as I feel, and if you would seek as I seek, then I ask you to stand beside me 1 year from tonight, outside the gates of Parliament. Shall give them a 5th of November that shall never, ever be forgotten.
Whoa! This movie may be more important to watch than any other movie, at least in the beginning of 2024. Wow, so many parallels.
Please don't shoot! Under fire! You put masks on all of us. Oh, Jesus. My leg.
Nobody move! You're wearing the mask, get down on your knees, now!
That's calm. Have you any idea how long it would take to rebuild this facility?
Wait, sir!
You're not a bomb expert, dude?
Please, it's him! It's him! On your knees! On your knees!
Ooh. Man, imagine that's the last thing you see in your face, the mask. Dude, are you... What?
I did it.
Freeze!
Get your hands on your head. Do it now or I'll shoot.
Okay. Now she's an accomplice. I can't speak right now. I'm so sucked into this movie.
A psychotic terrorist, identified only as the letter V, attacked the control booth with high-powered explosives that he used against unarmed civilians.
Stop! Stay where you are, we will shoot! Stay where you are!
Now, this is only an initial report, but at this time it's believed that the terrorist was shot and killed. Bollocks. Again.
Bollocks, man.
By authorities.
Oh, God.
Right there.
Question everything, guys. Question everything. All those books, my God. Oh, it's a very he has his own museum. He's a really cultured man.
He stole them.
Oh, heavens no. Stealing implies ownership. You cannot steal from the censor. I merely reclaimed them.
I'm Ace, that detective. Why'd I do that?
You did what you thought was right.
Oh, no, I shouldn't have done that.
You said they were looking for you. If they know where you work, they certainly know where you live.
Well, I have friends. I could stay with them.
I'm afraid that won't work either.
But I don't even know where this is. We could be anywhere.
You know it's underground. You know the color of the stone. That'll be enough for a clever man.
I have to stay here.
Only until I'm done. After the 5th, I no longer think it'll matter.
I have to stay here for a year.
Sorry, Evey. I didn't know what else to do.
Anything else on the parents? They were interned at Belmarsh. She died during the hunger strike, and he copped it when the military retook the shed. And that ain't the worst of it. Her brother was at St. Mary's. Christ. It's nothing but bad luck here.
Look like Freddy Krueger.
Your hands.
There, that's better. There was a fire a long time ago. People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
And you're going to make that happen by blowing up a building?
The building is a symbol. Symbols are given power by people. Alone, a symbol is meaningless, but with enough people, blowing up a building can change the world.
Wow.
I wish I believed that was possible, but every time I've seen this world change, it's always been for the worse.
A man does not wear a mask.
What is it?
A man does not threaten innocent civilians. I wish I'd had the chance for a face-to-face. Just one chance, that's all I need. This so-called V ultimatum was met with swift...
What a psychopath. Who watches their own stuff like that?
Holy Christ! Jesus!
Don't worry, I've made sure our reunion won't be disturbed by any pesky late-night phone calls. Commander.
Stop that.
That was your title, remember? When we first met all those years ago. You wore a uniform in those days.
You. It is you.
Well, he tortured him and the place got torched somehow.
Chancellor Sutler agreed for obvious reasons. We have to keep this discreet, Inspector. Perhaps a stroke in his sleep.
Is that vomit?
Nationwide were devastated as news of the most popular...
Wait, what's this?
A man known to the entire nation as the Voice of London passed away late last night from apparent heart failure. Talent,
She's lying.
He dedicated his life...
She blinks a lot when she does a story she knows is false. V, yesterday I couldn't find my ID. You didn't take it, did you? Did you have anything to do with that?
Yes, I killed him.
Oh, God.
You're upset?
I'm upset. You just said you killed Lewis Prothero.
Violence can be used for good. There's no court in this country for men like Prothero.
That's the whole thing, man, is the justification of good and evil. Do you play judge and jury, right? I know most would say yes, absolutely. But the morality thing too. I mean, we all want that Punisher, type of figure in the shadows, taking care of things that don't happen through the judicial system, so to speak. I mean, there's a lot of cases that kind of go through the cracks and don't please a lot of people. So do we need characters like this? Lurking in the shadows, and like a Batman figure, like a V figure, taking out the trash, so to speak.
There's something I want to ask you, but I don't think you'll understand why unless you know a few things about me. My father was a writer. He used to say that artists use lies to tell the truth while politicians use them to cover the truth up. You always told the best stories until my brother died. That was when everything changed. My brother was one of the students at St. Mary's. After he died, my parents became political. They protested the war and the reclamation. Mum wanted to leave the country. Dad refused. He said if we ran away, they would win.
Evey, quick, hide!
I never saw them again. Sorry, I'm not like my parents. I wish I was, but I wish I wasn't afraid all the time, but I am. Which is why I wanted to ask if there's anything I can do to help make it right. Please let me know.
If you wish.
Your Grace. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Your Grace. She has arrived, but there was some confusion at the agency, and they've sent a new girl who I'm afraid is a little older than usual.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear, she's not too old, I trust.
You sick bastard. You sick bastard.
Oh, my.
Your Grace.
Mea culpa, my child.
I don't know what that means, but he's a sick fuck.
Someone's coming and I think he means to kill you.
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you this because I want some kind of protection or amnesty.
He's like a cat to the dangerous terrier now. How veteran! You f***ing little whore!
She wasn't lying. It is you.
I'm sorry.
Have mercy.
Oh, not tonight, Bishop. Not tonight.
Run every name in that file.
Another vomiter?
Lots of all of them. Tonight.
Yes, sir. Several prominent party members have been murdered, Chief Inspector. This is no ordinary situation and requires more than your ordinary attention.
Evey. Good God.
I'm sorry. I didn't know where else to go.
Whoa. What the?
That's God Save the Queen. I thought Sutler had it destroyed.
It's a copy of the Quran, 14th century.
Are you Muslim?
I don't have to be Muslim to find the images beautiful or its poetry moving.
But is it worth it? I mean, if they found that here.
Because in this world, if I were to invite who I desired, I would undoubtedly find myself without a home, let alone a television show.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Not so, Isaiah. You wear a mask for so long, you forget who you were beneath it.
It's interesting, all the things that we're starting to learn from this movie that have been outlawed, have been banned. There's curfews. That would be a scary world, man. But it doesn't seem that far-fetched.
You started as a botanist.
It's a scarlet carson. They're believed to be extinct.
He leaves them at the crime scenes.
You've come to kill me.
Yes.
I knew that one day you'd come for me. I didn't know what they were going to do.
I've come for what you did.
I was given one of your roses today. I wasn't sure you were the terrorist until I saw it. What a strange coincidence.
There are no coincidences, Delia. Only the illusion of coincidence. And this one is for you.
You're going to kill me now.
I killed you 10 minutes ago while you slept.
Is there any pain?
No.
That's why everyone's vomiting from this injection.
The terrorist obviously wanted us to have it. He wanted us to know the story.
Has anyone else read it?
No, sir.
The contents of this document are a matter of national security. As the authenticity of this document cannot be verified, it could be an elaborate forgery created by the terrorist as easily as it could be the deranged fantasy of a former party member who resigned for psychological reasons.
Oh, come on. How quick they think to cover this shit up. God. This guy's a good villain. Whoever the he is. I've seen him before. I don't know the actor, but he is fantastic. He's terrified.
To admit that Commander Prothero toured the lab with a priest, Father Lilliman, who I was told is here to monitor for rules and rights violations. I keep wondering if these people knew how they might be helping their country, if they would act any differently. I find myself hating them.
Oh my God.
August the 18th. Of the original 4 dozen, over 75% are now deceased. No controllable pattern has yet emerged. There is one case that continues to give me hope. He exhibits none of the immune system pathologies of the other subjects developed. He is now the key to our dream, and the hope that all of this will not have been in vain.
Number 5, V.
Around midnight, the first explosions tore open the entire medical section. He looked at me, not with eyes. There were no eyes. But I know he was looking at me because I felt it.
Oh my God, what an origin story. The lore of V. Very cool. It almost gave me like Watchmen, X-Men vibes a little bit, you know? Egg and toast. Wait a minute.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
This is weird. The first morning I was with him, he made me eggs just like this.
I am V. At last you know the truth.
There's no way.
Oh, vive la révolution.
That is not funny, Gordon.
Yeah, I know.
If our own government was responsible for what happened at St. Mary's, if our own government was responsible for the deaths of almost 100,000 people, would you really want to know?
This is to be the bloody coldest march in years.
That is heavy, man. That is some sick shit to even. But has me thinking. And yes, I would want to know.
You've ever done? Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I cannot believe they have not gone to this guy's house, the Friend, yet. I'm really surprised the government hasn't been watching all the Friends, you know?
Adam Sutler!
No. Wow.
They're about to hang your ass for this. Was that like some mask or something?
The terrorist was never a serious concern.
Oh, really? Chancellor.
Terrorist has been neutralized.
The terrorist! The terrorist!
It kind of looks like the actual actor that plays the Chancellor, just with like more weird makeup over. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. This Benny Hill shit. I never got into this, but I saw some clips that made me laugh.
And now for all the world to see.
Oh.
I am your chancellor.
That looks like the actual actor.
Soldiers, that man is the terrorist. I order you to shoot that traitor, liar, faker, fraud.
Yeah, I think it is the actual actor. They just kind of did it for... They're showing the Chancellor getting blown away on TV. Like, this guy's gonna hang for this, dude.
Quickly, hide!
Just like when she was a kid. Oh, they like doing that shit, don't they? Natalie Portman is so good at the dramatics. Like you can feel all the emotion in her face. Oh no.
You've been formally charged with 3 counts of murder, the bombing of government property, conspiracy to commit terrorism, treason, and sedition, the penalty for which is death by firing squad. You must tell us the identity or whereabouts of codename V. All you have to do is cooperate. Process her.
Oh, this is where this scene is from. This part I do remember seeing this. Oh, this was a big deal back then. Oh man, she looks like Sinead O'Connor. Rest in peace. I vividly remember that scene of her getting her head shaven and her crying. It's like embedded in my brain. It's a very powerful scene. Not even the rats want that.
My name is Valerie. I don't think I'll live much longer, and I wanted to tell someone about my life. I was born in Nottingham in 1985. I passed my 11 plus and went to a girls' grammar. It was at school that I met my first girlfriend. I thought we would love each other forever. I remember our teacher telling us that it was an adolescent phase that people outgrew. In 2002, I fell in love with a girl named Christina. That year, I came out to my parents. My father wouldn't look at me. He told me to go and never come back. But I'd only told them the truth. Was that so selfish? Our integrity sells for so little, but it is all we really have. But within that inch, we are free.
Just tell us where he is.
I don't know.
God, these people are terrible, man.
I'd always known what I wanted to do with my life, and in 2015 I starred in my first film. It was the most important role of my life, but because that was how I met Ruth. The first time we kissed, I knew I never wanted to kiss any other lips but hers again. She grew scarlet Carsons for me in our window box.
The same bros.
But America's war grew worse and worse, and eventually came to London. How unfamiliar words like collateral and rendition became frightening, while things like Northfire and the Articles of Allegiance became powerful.
My God, looks like Adolf Hitler.
I still don't understand it, why they hate us so much. They took Ruth while she was out buying food. It wasn't long till they came for me. It seems strange that my life should end in such a terrible place. But for 3 years, I had roses and apologized to no one.
Wasn't that the girl that died in the ditch?
I shall die here. I hope that whoever you are, you escape this place. I hope that the world turns and that things get better. But what I hope most of all is that you understand what I mean when I tell you that even though I do not know you, with all my heart, I love you. Valerie.
I may have been mistaken. I thought that was the girl they showed in the flashback from the coroner story.
And that unless you are ready to offer your cooperation,
that died.
Be executed. Are you ready to cooperate?
No.
Oh.
Very well. Escort Miss Hammond back to her cell. Arrange a detail of 6 men and take her out behind the chemical shed and shoot her.
It's time. Look, all they want is one little piece of information. Just give them something, anything.
But I'd rather die behind the chemical sheds.
Then you have no fear anymore. You're completely free.
That's weird. That's a weird thing to say. What? I'm not remembering any of this. The V House? He did that?
Hello, Evey.
It was you.
Yeah.
That wasn't real.
Fortunately, I got to you before they did.
You got to me. You cut my hair. You tortured me. You tortured me.
You said you wanted to live without fear. I wish there'd been an easier way, but there wasn't.
Oh my God.
I know you may never forgive me, but nor will you ever understand how hard it was for me to do what I did.
You played all those characters in the shadows?
I couldn't.
You're sick. You're evil.
So he wrote those letters too.
I hate you.
That's it. It happened to me, just as it happened to you.
Shut up! I don't want to hear your lies.
Yes, I created a lie. But because you believed it, you found something true about yourself.
No.
What you felt in there has nothing to do with me.
I can't feel anything anymore.
Don't run from it, Evey. You've been running all your life. Listen to me, Evey. They took your parents from you. They took your brother from you. They put you in a cell and took everything they could take, except your life. You found something else. In that cell, you found something that mattered more to you in life. Because when they threatened to kill you unless you gave them what they wanted, you told them you'd rather die. Try to feel now what you felt then.
I felt...
Yes.
Ah, she is so good. Her acting is so good. Wow, that was so much emotion in that last like 20 minutes right there. God dang. That hurt my whole body. My whole body feels really stressed right now.
V. I'm leaving. I thought about keeping this, but it didn't seem right knowing you wrote it.
I didn't. May I show you something before you go?
Wow, that was a real story then. Oh.
She was real.
She wrote the letter just before she died, and I delivered it to you as it had been delivered to me.
You in the cell next to her. You're getting back at them for what they did to her. And to you.
What was done to me created me. Evey, if I had one wish, I would wish to see you again, if only once, before the 5th.
All right.
Wow, what a bond they have created in such a, you know, untraditional, unconventional way. He hates what he's had to do, or what he feels that he's had to do.
What we need right now is a clear message to the people of this country. This message must be read in every newspaper, heard on every radio, seen on every television. I want this country to realize that we stand on the edge of oblivion. I want every man, woman, and child to understand how close we are to chaos. I want everyone to remember why they need us.
God damn, this chancellor, man. They don't need you, they fear you. Don't get it fucked up.
Outside the quarantine zone, a new airborne pathogen has killed 27 people.
Authorities have uncovered new evidence.
This is sounding like what's going on here now. Keep us in fear, man. Keep us scared of everything. Literally everything.
My friend inside the finger came up with something. There were 3 men, original black baggers, all under Creedy.
Alan Percy, Robert Keyes, William Rookwood. Rookwood goes missing.
Rookwood? How do I know that name?
That's close enough, Inspector.
You've information for us?
No, you already have the information. All the names and dates are inside your head. What you really need is a story.
Authorities are attempting to control its deadly spread. Sends a wave of destruction throughout the underground.
Fueled by the media, fear and panic spread quickly, fracturing and dividing the country until at last the true goal comes into view. Before the St. Mary's crisis, no one would have predicted the results of the election that year, no one. But the end result, the true genius of the plan was the fear.
We'd like to take you into protective custody, Mr. Rookwood.
Oh, I'm sure you would. But if you want that recording, you'll do what I tell you to do. You put Creedy onto 24-hour surveillance. When I feel safe that he can't pick his nose without you knowing, I'll contact you again.
Why didn't you come forward before?
Well, for you, Inspector. I needed you.
We needed you to start questioning the system, man, because you're definitely, you know, things seem funny, and you're definitely thinking a little different than your constituents, especially this freak. This guy is sick.
After I destroy Parliament, his only chance will be to offer them someone else. And who will that be? You, Mr. Creedy.
What do you want?
Subtler.
What do I get out of this deal?
Me. If you accept, put an X on your front door.
Why should I trust you?
Because it's the only way you're ever going to stop me.
He's getting through to the kids. Uh-oh. We know he uses that carrier. It's all thumbprint.
Give me the money! Give me the f***ing money!
We're on the siege here. What?
Anarchy in the UK!
Chaos.
Anarchy in the UK.
I'm holding you. But I can guess. There's so much chaos, someone will do something stupid. And when they do,
no,
things will turn nasty.
Rioters were arrested in Brixton.
And then Sutler will be forced to do the only thing he knows how to do.
Total anarchy. Sure, it looks cool, but did he need to spend all that time setting that up? I think V has come back to say hello. I'm sorry, Evey. Evey. A lot of V's in this movie. Now it's time to dance. Like Monte Cristo.
I didn't think you'd come.
I heard Sutler's going to make a public statement tonight.
It's nearly time.
How you can be one of the most important things that has ever happened to me, and yet I know almost nothing about you. I don't even know what you really look like.
Evie, please. There is a face beneath this mask, but it's not me.
I understand.
I have something I must give you.
The underground? I thought they closed us all down.
They did. It took nearly 10 years to clear the tracks, lay a bit of my own.
Is that explosives? Oh my god.
And it's really going to happen, isn't it?
It will if you want it to. This is my gift to you, Evie. Everything that I have, my home, my books, the gallery. And the truth is, you made me understand that I was wrong. That the choice to pull this lever is not mine to make. The world that I'm a part of and that I helped shape will end tonight. But tomorrow a different world will begin that different people will shape. And this choice belongs to them.
Wow.
The time has come for me to meet my maker and to repay him in kind for all that he's done.
You could let it go. We could leave here together.
You were right about what I am. I have no tree waiting for me. All I want, all I deserve is at the end of that tunnel.
That's not true.
I forgot that she fell in love with her captor. What do they call that?
Country, that which...
Stockholm Syndrome?
The area is clean, sir.
This violent and unparalleled assault to us. Our enemy is an insidious one, seeking to divide us.
I've kept my side of the bargain, but have you kept yours?
Tonight, we must remain steadfast. We must remain determined. But most of all...
No one's watching. Where are they all at? They're in the streets, getting ready for the revolution.
At last. Goodbye, Chancellor.
Disgusting.
Whoa! I didn't see that. Damn. I'm watching this movie for the first time, y'all. I don't remember anything about it.
Now that's done with, it's time to have a look at your face. Defiant to the end, You've got nothing but your bloody knives and your fancy karate gimmicks.
Now, what you have are bullets, and the hope that when your guns are empty, you'll all be dead before you've reloaded.
Kill him.
Oh, no, They went through him, though.
My turn.
He said it, I'm gonna kill you before you can reload. Oh. God, how sharp are these knives, man? Oh!
Die! Die! Why won't you die?
Oh my God!
Why won't you die?
I took this sample and I used it for a horror podcast. I don't even know it came from this movie.
And idea.
Got his ass. Wow, that's insane. I can't believe that sample came from this movie. I just YouTubed Why Won't You Die, and this audio clip came up. It didn't say anything about V for Vendetta, though. Oh, so he did have a... But it went through, though. Always go through it, man, a little bit. Just a little bit. What are you gonna do, Evey? You gonna pull that lever?
Oh, we've stopped your bleeding.
For 20 years, I saw only this day. Nothing else existed. Until I saw you. And everything changed. I fell in love with you, Evey.
Wow.
I don't want you to die.
That's the most beautiful thing you could have ever given me.
V.
Wow.
V.
Just like that. He got his vengeance. Now the real question is she gonna finish his plan that he started for the next generation like he had said. Oh, here they all come, man. All the V's. That is such a cool mask, man. I remember seeing a couple of cosplay or, you know, Halloween outfits with that mask, but let's bring it back, man. That looks so cool.
Hold it, stop right there.
Oh, God.
You're Evey Hammond, aren't you? And it's over.
Almost.
Stop. Get your hand off that lever.
Because he was right. That this country needs more than a building right now. It needs hope.
Oh, wow. They're not hostile.
It's time.
They have a front row viewing to all this.
Yes.
To the revolution.
His music.
Oh my God.
Who was he?
He was Edmund Dantes.
And he was my father. And my mother. My brother. My friend. He was you. He was all of us.
I thought she got shot. What was that?
Never forget that night.
Foreshadowing that didn't happen.
But I will never forget the man and what he meant to me.
Wow, I got chills right there. Ooh. The Wachowski brothers? Screenplay by? Okay, it's a graphic novel. Wow, DC Comics, man. Probably the best DC movie I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know if you consider this a DC movie, but God dang, Natalie Portman killed it, man. Oh, that's who I was gonna say. It sounded like Hugo Weaving played the behind the mask. Let's talk about it. V for Vendetta, 2005. Whew. All right, Flix Talkers. Wow. And once again, I felt like I was watching that movie for the first dang time. I only remember maybe 10% of that movie. Like the way the masks look, maybe the mannerisms a little bit from V, a little bit of Natalie Portman getting her hair shaved off, a very, very small, minute detail. So watching this again and experiencing the magnitude of message that came from this movie, especially in a time like, we just got over 2023, which I gotta say has so much impact on this movie that I was just watching right now. And I think it still holds weight, in 2024, especially with elections coming up and certain comparisons and parallels. At least for me here in America, I know we were dealing with the UK and a lot of restrictions and a lot of things like curfew and things being outlawed. And it seemed like, a lot of things being banned. Homosexuality was banned and they would hang you and oh my God, so much things were considered illegal and banned. And it's like, You know, you can't help but think, like, is this a predecessor? Is this a foreshadowing of possibly something that could come? And if that were to happen, would the people want to revolt, or would the people need to feel that they need to revolt? You know, and it really begs a lot of different questions. But either way, going back to this movie, V for Vendetta 2005, I'm so glad I can watch this movie as an adult, because back then I was still a teenager. I would not grasp it, once again, the full magnitude, the full scope, understand what was going on, even from the performances, or even from the, you know, nuances that were happening through some of the dialogue. You know, a great storytelling, great overall. The cinematography, the vision that I got of everything. It's really hard to believe that this director, this was his magnum opus, because everything else, it seemed very subpar. You know, a couple of movies that I have seen from him didn't give me the feel that I got at the end of this film right here. I mean, I got the gravity of a lot of different emotion, even some comedy along the way. You know, some dry wit comedy, but it made me chuckle. But I got so much action, so much dramatics. Even with some of the villains behind the scenes, I got some horror, some horrific things that they were saying, or just, you know, dictatorship messages that I was getting kind of force-fed through a lot of these guys' speeches. Like, it was terrifying. It was just overall hitting on all cylinders of what I want from a good movie, let alone the score. I mean, some of those operatic, the classical musical beats with the explosions behind it just really add a whole, you know, this is things you don't expect to hear. You don't expect to see explosions when you're hearing some beautiful music like that. That's what kind of gives it a weird contrast. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like it fits, but it does fit. It does fit with what's going on, ironically. You know what I mean? Now, I said it along the way, the performances were fantastic, even from the masked man, Hugo Weaving. Fantastic. Love him. Probably one of my favorite reasons for loving the Matrix franchise. I know he's in Lord of the Rings. I have to catch that. I haven't caught a single one of those movies, I know. And Natalie Portman. I feel like a lot of us grew up on Natalie Portman from watching her in The Professional, and just along the way, she's really been wowing a lot of us, and she still does cinema today. I mean, you guys saw it. There was a couple of scenes where she's like, I don't feel anything. And it got really choked up, because it's like she was put in this horrific incident to kind of prove herself, and she fell in love with this character that had to kind of I don't even know if it's like she had to be tormented, but she had to not feel fear. And I think she came out on the other side a completely different person. And I know there's probably going to be a lot of people that watch this movie and say that they didn't need to show all that, or they didn't need to do that to that character to kind of prove her loyalty or prove how strong she was. Once again, it's a movie. It's a movie, guys. It's a movie. Relax. But I think for this character, if you watch her in the beginning of this story all the way to the end, you can definitely see a difference. And I think personally that would have not happened if she was not put in this fake scenario. As unfortunate as it was, as sad as it was, she got to see a side of V and kind of live in his shoes. I don't know how long she was being held in that fake prison, by the way. I don't know. Weeks, months? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But once again, she walked in his shoes for a little bit. Oh, and long story short, guys, y'all saw it. You saw my reaction along the way. I think I'm going to give V for Vendetta from 2005 a solid 5 out of 5. Perfect. A Roman numeral V, if you will. This movie's fantastic. I'm so glad I could watch it again in 2024. Because once again, there's so many parallels with what's going on in real life today. And I think even of watching it as a teenager, I wouldn't have got it. All right, Flicks Talkers, what do you rate V for Vendetta? You guys let me know out of 5 down in the comments below. What is your favorite part of the movie? How did you feel at the end of this movie watching it for the very first time? Did you get as crazy excited as I did? Or was it a complete letdown? Please let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did appreciate my reaction and watch along the way, please hit that big thumbs up to support the channel and consider subscribing today for more. Also, if you guys are watching this reaction on YouTube and want to watch the full uncensored cut, because there's a lot I had to trim down for this YouTube edit, make sure to click on my Patreon link down in the description below, where you guys can join today for a 7-day free trial. All right, Flicks Talkers, till next one, I'm gone. Peace.